Good morning. Happy Monday. Don't have my coffee cup open. The coffee is made. The laundry is moving. A little more challenging because it's on the back side of the kitchen and our kitchen is completely gone. Totally torn out. We are in day 6 of our renovation with no kitchen. So far, we're making it. I came outside to read a little bit because it's kind of noisy in the house. They're already here working. I'm in Acts. I have a new scripture journal. I get these from Amazon and I like them when I'm in one particular book because there is journaling on one side. They're like blank pages on one side and then the scriptures on the other. So it allows me to like make notes, and I like to read through them more than once if I can, several times. Just see what pops out at me. Okay, got all the kids off to school and now I'm walking over to the Dollar Tree. I wanted to get a walk in this morning. I'm going to an Orange Theory workout at noon, but wanted to get some steps in and I needed to pick up a few things at Dollar Tree, which isn't too far from me. So I figured I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, especially since they are working in the house and it's very noisy and kind of busy right now because they're checking like all the breakers and where everything, which breaker is to which outlet, and they're turning things on and off. So it's not a good time to be sitting at my computer working because the internet keeps going in and out, and that's just part of it. We knew that there'd be a lot of interruptions, and so it's a good time for me to get out and walk. And speaking of school, I cannot believe we only have 3 weeks of school left. Less than that by the time you see this, because I'm usually filming on a delay. Sometimes people are surprised to hear that when I mention it. You know, we're out in the middle of May. We start back up in the middle of August. There's a lot of places that don't start school until after Labor Day and they're in until June. But in this part of the country, at least as long as I've lived here, unless we've had like bad weather that has added a lot of days to the calendar, we are definitely out before Memorial Day. And this year they're out like a full week before Memorial Day. So now we're in that like May-Cember kind of busyness. If you've got kids, you understand. The last few weeks of school, it just seems like it's busy. It is busy. I don't do a ton of Dollar Tree shopping. It's just not my jam, but there are a few things that I will pick up there from time to time. One of them is sunglasses. I don't seem to be able to hang on to a pair of sunglasses long enough to warrant investing in like a good quality sunglasses. They get left somewhere or lost or stepped on. The kids pick them up and use them. So I just pick up like 5 or 6 cheap pairs at Dollar Tree, and then when they're gone, they're gone. No big deal. Another thing I pick up routinely at Dollar Tree is hair accessories, like hair ties, bobby pins, even hair clips. Sometimes with 3 girls in the household, we go through a lot of those. They seem to be like the most cost effective there. Even if they aren't the highest quality, again, they're not things that we're going to be able to hang on to long enough without them getting lost or broken or misplaced. So I just buy the cheap ones. A couple years back, I bought these little food baskets like you would see at like a burger place or a fast food place at Dollar Tree. They still have them there. I saw them there today, but I needed some more of the little tissues. And I know you can use just regular tissues or paper towels, but I picked some of those up as well because we've been using them, especially now that we're using mostly paper products, that I packed all my dishes away during this kitchen renovation. I know that's going to come in really handy during grilling season, so I picked some of those things up too. Ruthie's been working on her watercolors. These are like little bitty, look, here's my hand next to it. I think these are pretty darn good, but I'm not an artist at all. But I'm thoroughly impressed with what she can do. Look at that detail. Happy little trees. Happy little trees. I'm sitting at the desk in my bedroom. I moved in here. I'm working on the edit for a video for my primary channel. If you're new here or you're just stumbling across this video, this is my second channel. It's sort of like a hobby channel and even more off the cuff and just realistic, like general vlogging than my business channel, which is See Mindy Mom. I mainly do cooking videos over there. It's a little bit more professional in that I have sponsorships and, you know, I have to keep a certain schedule and have deadlines and stuff like that. Whereas this channel, I just sort of throw stuff up as I feel like it. One of the things I'm realizing with this renovation is that I'm gonna have to get real creative with getting videos out, not just because I don't have a kitchen to cook in right now. I already have like a makeshift kitchen in my dining room with just a few items to help me keep cooking, but also because sometimes the daytime, the quiet of the day, is when I tend to do a lot of filming, and I tend to do voiceovers with instructions and tutorials because, you know, it gets kind of crazy in the evenings with family and kids running around and stuff. But now I don't always have that kind of quiet either. And for instance, they have to sometimes flip the breakers to different things to turn electricity off. The Wi-Fi may be turned off for a while. So both my husband and I are like, oh, we didn't think about that interruption. You know, it's just one of the things that you deal with, and it's okay. We can deal with it. But I can tell that I'm going to have to just, you know, practice patience and get real creative, and maybe even keep different hours than I'm used to keeping. I may have to do a little bit more filming and a little bit more work on the weekends than I have been doing lately, and we'll just make it happen. Just finished a workout at Orange Theory. I don't know what it was about that workout that was hard. Maybe just this Monday. That's what we're gonna go with, and not that I'm old and out of shape. Just having a little cool down walk at home and a little snack before I hop in the shower. So I have been going to Orange Theory for over 4 years, maybe closer to 5. Either 2020 or 2021 is when I had started going. And half the class is like cardio intervals on the treadmill usually. And then the other half of the class is strength training, mostly with weights, a little bit of resistance training like body weight, but strength training. And I had mentioned in a previous video that one of the things I'm trying to focus on more is strength. So where those classes are concerned, I've been trying to lift a little heavier, pick up heavier weights, really challenge myself in the weightlifting portion. And I definitely think I'm getting better. I've been able to up my weights quite a lot over the last few months, but I'm still kind of researching and like looking around, okay, what do I do now? I know I probably need to continue making changes to the way that I work out and the way that I eat. So that's just where I am with that right now. I had looked a little bit into personal training, and I just don't want to. I've not had great experiences with that in the past. It's expensive. Orange Theory is expensive, but not as expensive as personal training or some of the other class options around town. And it's so like easy. It's like 10 minutes from my house. There are studios all over the place, even when we travel. If we want to go down to Oklahoma City to see my parents. I've been to Dallas before and gone to a studio. So it just seems like an easy thing to incorporate. Takes an hour. They have lots of different class times throughout the week. I've been going to Orange Theory a couple times a week, trying to get back up to 3 times a week, but I'm still thinking about maybe once or twice and then putting something else that would challenge my strength and especially my core strength and my upper body strength. We'll see. Okay, jumped in the shower, washed my hair, threw on a little makeup. I decided just to let my hair air dry. It's still wet because it's windy out. We're going to be at the ballpark tonight. I'm probably going to put it in a clip anyway. And tomorrow I have a hair appointment. So it's going to get like washed and dried and styled and stuff anyway. And I wanted to leave early so that I can run by Panera on my way to pick up the kids and get a fountain Diet Dr. Pepper with my Sip Club membership. Kenna and I picked up my Sam's Club order on the way home from school, and one of the reasons I placed a Sam's Club order is because several of the things that I buy exclusively from there we were running low on, namely toilet paper, paper towels, and also detergent. Somewhere in here there should be, oh, it's back there, big thing of Tide detergent. I was also very excited to find out they had these protein shakes back in stock from Fairlife. So I picked up 2 of the 12 packs, 30 grams of protein, 150 calories. These taste amazing. You probably already know about them if you're into protein shakes, but essentially it's ultra filtered milk. That's one of the reasons why it tastes so well, is they basically just filter the milk and then put it back together with a higher protein concentrate. So it's not like from a powder or something like that. Also for the drink fridge, I got a case of 35 Coke Zeros and then a case of 30 regular Cokes, just the mini cans. And then the Kool-Aids, I think there's 40 of them in here, and it was only $8 for these little Kool-Aid pouches for the kids to have for the drink fridge. These are like for weekends or like special occasions and stuff. Some lunch meat for sandwiches, and the strawberries were actually cheaper at Sam's than at Walmart. It was less than $5 for 2 pounds, and it's close to $6 for 2 pounds at Walmart. And I picked up the Kerrygold butter. I pretty much pick this up almost any time that I go to keep in the fridge. With the kitchen renovation, we are using our air fryer a ton. So I picked up a big bag of these chicken nuggets. Also, a package of these chicken sandwiches, these Southern style chicken sandwiches. There are 8 of them in here. I wanted to try these. I usually buy the chicken patties from the freezer section that are the Southern style at Walmart, then just buy the buns separately. But I wanted to see how these tasted, if they're any good, because the price is pretty good. It's a little bit less buying them like this than buying them, the buns and the fillets, separately at Walmart. We're actually going to have these for dinner tonight because we've got kind of a crazy schedule with band tryouts, a band parent meeting, a baseball game. So it's going to be really easy for everybody to just pop these into the air fryer when they're ready to eat them. My kids were super excited to find out about these, but also my husband. He loves this brand of popsicle, and they had the package of 36 for $10. It's not the cheapest popsicle, but it still is way cheaper than buying them in the smaller boxes at like a regular grocery store or Walmart. And then down there at the bottom, I just have the 45 count box of the packages of Goldfish crackers so that we can finish out the year of lunch packing. I kept buying the big containers of Goldfish crackers, and I'm telling you, the kids and the husband would go through that so quickly that I actually think I'm saving money by having them pre-packaged, because they won't take 2 packages in their lunch, but they'll take 2 packages worth in their lunch if I just buy the big carton. You know what I'm talking about? So actually having them portioned out saves me a little money in the long run. And I almost forgot, speaking of temporary kitchen, I got some paper plates and some plastic cutlery so we can keep that stocked, because I am very limited as to dishwashing. So yeah, we're just going to be using the disposable cutlery and plates. I don't do this a lot, but we're going to make it easy for the next month and use this stuff. I am at the high school picking Ruth up from band rehearsal, and then I'm heading over to the baseball field after we take her home, because Brick has baseball tonight. So the mom van, she is still running. She's still running, although Ruthie, our oldest, is learning to drive now. Like, we drive with her a lot of places. She has her permit. Hopefully in 6 months she's going to be driving, and that is going to change things for us. We've been told by tons of parents to, like, man, it is such a game changer when you have a driver, even if they can just drive themselves, like, to and from school and their school activities. Like, what a big difference that makes, especially when you've got 3 like us, when you're in the zone defense and you're trying to divide 2 parents across 3 kids and their activities. But for now, it's still us getting them places, and that's where I am most evenings, here in the mom van.